It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here's Newton. It's wearing the tight end with it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, they deemed it 4 down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Touchdown. Jared Cook. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have taken the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. 25-yard line. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. On play action. Now Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Running out of the gun with White. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The ball carrier. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught. This is White. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. He was taken down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. Here's Newton. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Take over first and
a seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And 8 at the 36-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 36, Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Brings up third down.
Carr to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Another costly turnover there, second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But it's football.
Exactly. They named a game for it. Take care of it. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he stopped immediately there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Their own 13-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Carr on the screen. This is Coleman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. This is Coleman with the ground. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
At the 26-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Carr. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Carr. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. First throw of overtime for Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Coleman. Dante Hightower on the stop. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Carr going to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That's another 49er 1st down. 1st and goal at the
From the gun, Carr. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing.